When the lights go out on the ship, it means it's shot down over a distant planet. There are two survivors, one looking for a kid. Oh, whoa! Light is currently streaming on Tubi. It was written, produced, and directed by Matt Woolard and stars Christine Ann Roche as well as Gia Lilly as two women that are basically just trying to find their way home. They're stranded on a distant planet called Crake, I think, and well, yeah, there's a creature that hunts them down, and it's only attracted to bright lights that you see occasionally, eventually, through the fog bank. So much goddamn fog that the 1980 and 2005 editions are saying that's a bit much. The N64 and PS1 libraries, respectively, are saying, what the actual fuck, that's so much damn fog. Okay, look, I understand this was a limited production, obviously a low-budget effort, relying on the performances of two actresses that do fine. The idea isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. Minimalist, sci-fi, horror, whatever, that can work. The thing is, this movie ends up being a nothing burger. I appreciate what they were trying to do, but there isn't really any plot. You get a few little pieces of information that don't really amount to much. And I don't really need things all the way explained. I don't even need them fully explained. I don't even need them halfway explained, but give me at least something to sink my goddamn teeth into. This movie doesn't do that. It's on Tubi if you want to check it out. I will give credit to Christine and Gia for doing the best that they can. And no doubt, given the scope of the idea, they had to go with certain budgetary limitations. But honestly, it seems like this whole thing was shot like on either a soundstage or just a little open space that maybe was like, I don't know, 300 feet in diameter, because they just wander around, eventually get on comms, they hear from a ship, a creature eventually roars, and do you eventually see the creature? Sorry for the spoiler, yes, you do. And that's fine, you know, it's scarier the less you see it. But when a movie like this really should have been a short film of 20 to 30 minutes max, it is 95 fucking minutes. That is way too long for a film like this. I'm sorry. And any twists don't really amount to much, and also the character motivations are all over the goddamn map. Ironic for a movie that takes place on a postage stamp size of land. So yeah, that's really it. It's on Tubi if you want to check it out. Getting into spoilers, 3, 2, 1, and spoilers. So, basically, an escape pod crash lands on a planet, and now one lady's looking for her son. There's a creature that hunts via lights. It's from Vertical. I got a question. Did Vertical just basically fund 20 projects at once and is just releasing them hand over fist over fist over fist? Because besides Your Monster, I can't really name much that they did that was any good. Whatever. I mean, I guess you might as well get your shit out just in case. But I mean, and it's also out of time films with one T. I get it. I get it. So yeah, the actresses do the best they can. There's just beeping and technology that is seemingly from a 1970s sci-fi movie. Again, minimalist, it is what it is. But you gotta turn off your lights. You gotta turn off the lights, turn off the lights. Nelly Furtado told you all that, and you didn't listen. There's a guy named Avel, or Cain and Abel, I don't really know. He finds a boy, and basically, it is, New, that's N-I-U, she's played by Christine. She is looking for her son. Her son, just basically things are not really going all that well for her. She's very, very upset that she can't find her son. Now, it turns out, basically breaking this whole thing down, Tally is a lady that, you know, is caught somewhere on the planet as well. Again, this postage stamp sized piece of land with a lot of fog. And then they decide to get to another escape pod. Eventually finding it. Or seemingly the same escape pod. I don't really know. I don't really care. There's blue light. There's purple light. There's a lot of buzzing. This creature keeps hunting. Eventually, New is paranoid. Apparently, she had a kid with a woman named Laura. who died while doing deep mining, whatever. And this just won't end. This just will not end. As much as they try to eventually drum up interest, when you don't really start with much of anything, you can't really pile on anything and then have your characters just wander around doing stuff. You need to have shit actually happen. There's Minimalist, and then there's this. And this isn't even close to the worst thing I've seen this year. It's just a nothing burger. It's boring. So, there's a ship called the Freeliner. The creature basically has been hunting down people. And it turns out that Tally actually isn't on this whole goddamn thing because something big espionage, space government plot thing, whatever. Because why not? I guess. But that basically gets thrown out the goddamn window. The ship was shot down. Tally knew. Apparently this is a way to, I guess, appease this creature that's like some unholy god of some variety. Or they just don't want whoever these people were on this Utopia 2 planet to find goddamn peace. I guess. If anybody worked on this production and cares to explain any of these details, please explain them without spoilers in the comments, please. Because I didn't get anything out of this goddamn movie. So, yeah, then eventually a couple weird creatures that kind of looked like they were dressed up like the guys at the beginning of the What About Us video that Sharon Dan Adel and Taria Hulian did, for Within Temptation and the former Nightwish singer combining. Never mind, I'm not going to say it. They tie her up with lights, and there's the kid. The kid's here. Or the kid's name is Isaac. Aha, it turns out that apparently there was another kid. And I guess it was Tally's kid. I mean, there are ID cards found and everything, and there are little crumbs of, information thrown at us, but none of it really matters because these characters just aren't very good or interesting. So they eventually get to the ship. This is after, by the way, New basically sacrifices herself, saying, "Oh, you're not that bad. So you tried to shoot. So you shot me and I ripped at your soup, and it's all in good fun. I'll sacrifice myself to this weird worm creature thing." After we see some space jellyfish. Admittedly, the special effects, once they finally show them, aren't awful. But yeah, it takes forever to get there. And then she gets on the goddamn ship, but the boy's kept behind and tied up with lights by the weird creatures with the things sticking out because I guess he has to be used as a sacrifice to appease this creature. And oh yes, earlier in the film, New and Tally looked through some piles of shit, like 2, and found some weird metal or something, or a mineral that is worth money, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I didn't get anything out of this. I didn't find anything interesting about this. I tried to explain it. That's the best interpretation I can come up with. You could zone out of at least half of this movie, if not 80% of it, and not miss shit. It gets an F. I'm sorry. The effort could have worked, even though it was minimalist as far as production. But God, this was so uninteresting. I'm sorry. I don't wish anything bad to happen to the cast or the crew, but this movie was not good. So, yeah, F. Agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter, Letterboxd, and Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.